What is up, guys? So it's been a minute since we've talked about praying. So some people always have questions about how to get started praying and how to pray. So let's do a quick video about that one today. So that's always obviously the first question once you start getting into the spiritual path is how do you even speak to the gods? So people have their different ways. I know I came in having a lot of questions myself. How do you pray? Do you have to read something pre-written? Where do you go? Or can I just speak and just pray just off the top of my head? And the answer is both. I like to, when I'm in a formal ritual, doing a formal holiday, for example, I like to use the Homeric hymns or the Orphic hymns and add my own prayers on top of that to give it that personal touch. So with that said, where can I go to find the Orphic hymns or the Homeric hymns? You can Google it. I saw someone ask that, can I Google the prayers that are pre-written? And the answer is yes. Some people like to look up other people's prayers as well, but for me personally, I don't like doing that, especially anymore, because their prayers, you gotta fact check what they are praying. They may be praying for something to a God that's not specific to the God they are praying for, but they don't know that, or any other reason like that. And you can pray to certain gods that are not over certain things if that is the one you feel the closest connection to. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are wanting to pray to Poseidon, for example, and about your new trip you're going to go on a faraway trip using a boat, I mean, you'd want to pray to Poseidon more than you want to pray to Apollo, for example. So say that's what I want. So you can Google the Homeric hymn or the Orphic hymn to this god, or you can come up with one on your own when you feel more comfortable. That comes with time. If you would like a physical copy of the Orphic or Homeric hymns, the two that I use that I am a fan of are these. So you have this book right here. This is the Homeric hymn, the Homeric hymns by Charles Bower. This is an older book. I'm sure you can probably find it online. I got this at a used bookstore. But this is my copy of the Homeric hymns that I like to use and read. So when I use the Homeric hymns, I will go to this right here. I'm just a fan of his writing. Now, the one that I really enjoy when it comes to the Orphic hymns is the Orphic hymns translation by Patrick Dunn. I don't use it. It says there's more to it. A new translation for the occult practitioner. So that's not me, but this is a translation of the Orphic hymns. So the way that he writes the Orphic hymns is beautiful. And what's also really cool is that he not only gives you the English, but he gives it to you in Greek as well. So if you know Greek or can read Greek, you have that option to actually read it in Greek and find it in Greek in this book. So that is really cool. So those are the two that I use personally when I want to do a formal prayer. Again, I use the Orphic hymn and a Homeric hymn, and sometimes both, and I go with gut feeling. And again, when it comes to gut feeling, that just comes with time. I may go in originally wanting to do an Orphic hymn, and then I'm like, I want to do something a little more, and I may add a Homeric hymn, and I may want to do something more than that because I like to add my personal prayer as well. And again, when that comes more comfortable, the more you study and read about the certain gods you're interested in, and you start getting comfortable with the Orphic hymn and Homeric hymn. So when you do get more comfortable, I'm a big fan of personal prayers. I did start off by writing them down, but nowadays I just wing it. I just, from right there in the moment, do a prayer from my mind and my heart. because that's where the source of the real communication comes from, is everything that's coming out from you. And so I remember whenever I first started, I couldn't just pray. I had to write it down and read it. Even now, that's what I do. With Homeric hymns, Orphic hymns, I don't have them memorized. There's too many, and the gods are not looking for perfection. So when I do prayers and rituals, I read out of the book, and that's okay. That's what we got to remember, is that the gods are not looking for perfection. They're looking for our heart. So that's again where the connection comes from. So the gods, remember, as the philosophers have told us, the gods are in need of nothing. We're not giving anything to the gods that they don't already have or want. It's a building block. It's a bridge to us to connect to them and have a relationship with them and bring peace to our lives. Anyway, guys, just a short video. I wanted to get out there, and I will see you guys again. Bye.